Let's put a humorous retelling of Old Man, as if Faulkner had spent a little too much time down by the river. Once upon a time, during the great Mississippi flood, when the river got so full it looked like it had eaten too much Sunday dinner and busted its britches, Parchman Penitentiary decided to send out a few trusty prisoners to rescue folks. Among them was the Convict, a tall, silent fellow built like a fence post that had learned to walk. He wasn't much for talking, but he had a rigid sense of honor, the kind of man who'd return a stolen wallet, even if he was the one who stole it. One morning, the bosses hand him a skiff and say, "Go find survivors. Try not to drown. Return the boat when you're done." That seemed simple enough. Until the old man, that is, the Mississippi River, rose up, slapped the skiff like a wet towel, and hollered, "Not today, son." The rescue that turned into a kidnapping. The convict finds a young pregnant woman perched in a tree like a confused, soggy possum. He helps her down, thinking he has just completed a quick and noble rescue, but the river says, "Let me show you what lost really means." Whoosh. The boat is swept away like a leaf in a hurricane. The convict stares at the raging water, then at the woman, then at the sky. "Well," he mutters, "I was told to bring this boat back. Nobody said how." Adventures in accidental escape. Thus begins the world's least glamorous jailbreak. The convict paddles until he's sure his arms are shrinking, swats at snakes who swim like they own the place, argues with the river, which doesn't argue back but wins anyway, and tries to keep the woman calm, who seems far less worried than he is. She's just sitting there, smiling, as if this is a scenic cruise. Meanwhile, he's white-knuckling the oars, sweating like a mule in July, the birth of a baby and the death of his patients. Eventually, they reach a patch of land that isn't underwater, just swamp adjacent. The woman announces calmly, "I'm about to have this baby." The convict, who has never even helped deliver a loaf of bread, begins to panic internally while standing completely still on the outside. Somehow the baby arrives healthy, loud, and completely unimpressed with the river. The convict looks at mother and child and thinks, "Great, 3 of us to get lost now." A hero who won't quit, even when he should. Most rational prisoners might have taken this as a sign from heaven, freedom delivered by flood, go child, go. But not this fella. He was so determined to not escape that he spent weeks fighting his way back to prison. He borrows boats, loses boats, steals boats, sinks boats, and argues with the river some more. After enough wandering to qualify for a merit badge in aquatic suffering, he finally arrives at Parchman. Sunburned, starved, heroic, and smelling like boiled river, he marches up proudly with the mother and baby, expecting applause. The guards look at him and say, "You tried to escape, huh? We're adding more years." The convict just nods. Fighting the river had been worse. Moral of the story: if you ever need someone to rescue a pregnant lady, deliver a baby, navigate an ocean disguised as a river, and return to prison voluntarily, this is your man. If you need someone to make good life choices, well, you might want to try someone else.